It's true, we got a directive of the President through the Right Honorable Prime Minister, and later we again got another communication from the Prime Minister informing us that following several consultations with all stakeholders, the directive had been rescinded. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to lay the letter from the Right Honorable Prime Minister on table so that this issue can be settled.
Honourable Minister, kindly, you've laid. Can you read the title of the letter, the subject matter?
The letter is addressed to all ministers and ministers of state, and the title is Rescinding Government's Decision on solely advertise through Uganda Broadcasting Corporation.
Date?
It's dated on 15th August 2023.
Thank you. Now, Honourable Minister, I will request you, next time you provide full cooperation to your Committee of Parliament, because the report shows as if you didn't cooperate with your sectoral committee, which is not good for our records.
Right Honourable Speaker, by the time I interacted with the committee, I didn't have the hard copy of the letter. So I would like to apologize. But now I have. Yeah, Right Honourable Speaker, the comments from honourable members of parliament were very good, but let me, Right Honourable Sereko, I think brought out what UBC is all about. It's about information dissemination. And some of the information are not profitable to the private media houses. And therefore, for us, we are still even disseminating that. Right Honourable Speaker, that we are broadcasting in 49 languages. And we have 11 radio stations and 4 TV stations. So there isn't any media house that can broadcast in 49 languages. Some of the radio stations are not breaking even, but we must disseminate information and we must maintain them. I agree that we might be having a bit of management issues with UBC, and we are tackling that. We have also, we interacted with the committee and we promised to tackle the management issues. So recently, we had the opportunity to put in place a new board, and we started with that. We are going to even strengthen it more. On Signet, Right Honourable Speaker, we are handling matters of Signet, and very soon we are going to interact with the committee to tell them how we are going to sort out the issue of Signet. But at the moment, Signet is being run by UBC. It's a company, but being run by UBC. So we would like to see whether it can be a bit semi-autonomous as a company, so that, because it is generating money, and some of the money which is generating is now what is financing operations of UBC. So we are looking for a way how it can be a bit semi-autonomous, so that it can strengthen our signals. But also, it's important to note, honourable members, that some of the equipment at UBC are obsolete. Some of the equipment. So sometimes when you you see our things not moving well, it's because of obsolete equipment. The digital world now has gone, the media world has now gone digital, but we are still having some of the equipment which is manual, and we are getting challenges. That's why we are appealing to Parliament that please invest more in UBC. If you want to demand for results, then give us money so that we can invest in UBC, and then you demand for results. But otherwise, if we leave UBC as it is with those meager resources, we cannot produce the quality that you want. It's good you have recognized that people are coming from UBC to other stations. Probably then UBC is a good training ground. Why should other TV stations source from UBC? That one we should be proud of, that we are really training manpower that is becoming marketable to other TV stations. Right Honorable Speaker, there is also another thing which the committee brought out clearly, the issue of land. And I think if you also look, if you read the recommendations of the earlier committee, it talked about redundant assets. The media world has gone digital. We may not be, all that land, we may not need it right now as UBC, because we are not in that field. And I think we shall again discuss with the committee, and we look at what we should do to these redundant assets. Because right now, one doesn't need to put up a huge building to broadcast. You can even broadcast under a small room, and then you move. So some of those things are things which we need to look at, and then we see how we can turn these assets into very, very productive assets instead of being very redundant. Because even
Honourable Minister, can we conclude, because we are going to have a chance to handle most of these issues during processing the Ministerial Process Statement, where we shall be recommending to give you money.
Yeah, thank you very much, Right Honourable. And for the issue which Honourable talked about of these assets, when UBC and when UTV and Radio Uganda merged into UBC took over all the assets and liabilities. So the issue of being young or not, no. When you inherit your father's land, you don't need to be very young or very old. We have already inherited everything, and we have to protect those assets. I thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. You had.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.